Karter Holloway, 5 years of age, a non-verbal and autistic boy, was beaten to the point that his brain hemorrhaged and he was left bruised from head to toe. He was taken to hospital New Year's Eve at around 10:30 p.m. He was admitted into the intensive care unit in critical condition. Tragically, Karter Holloway succumbed to his injuries the following day on January the 1st. His father, Amir Devon Hines, 24 years of age, from Raleigh, North Carolina, has now been arrested and charged with 1 count of murder and 1 count of felony intentional CA in regards to the killing of his 5-year-old son, Karter Holloway. The scumbag father was on parole at the time of his latest arrest. He'd been released in August 2023 after being sentenced for 6 years behind bars in regards to a conviction on 1 count of felony robbery with a dangerous weapon. He's a career criminal scumbag piece of shit. Thankfully, he's now in custody. He's been held on a $500,000 bond, which is a high amount, but frankly, I would have preferred that he had no option for posting bond at all. Of course, full condolences to all those touched by the murder of Karter Holloway. Again, 5 years of age, non-verbal and autistic, beaten to the point that his brain hemorrhaged. He was left bruised from head to toe, taken to hospital, admitted to intensive care in critical condition, and he died January the 1st. His grandmother, Tiffany Hines, spoke about Karter. She said, "He loved me. He couldn't talk. He had words, but he didn't talk in sentences. But he had ways of letting you know." Carter's grandmother then addressed her own son, the scumbag father, Amir Devon Hines, and the grandmother said, addressing her son, "He couldn't talk or defend himself. He had autism. I know for a fact he just sat there crying whilst you beat him for peeing in the bed. You're his father, the person he was supposed to feel safe with, not have to fear you. My baby died with fear in his eyes and in his heart. How can you just sit there hitting him and he's fucking screaming?" Tiffany Hines, the grandmother, is clearly absolutely distraught. This is going to be a blight on the rest of her life. She's going to have a cloud over her. She's going to struggle to find happiness and joy for the remainder of her life. I hope I'm wrong. I doubt I will be. I hope she really does find the ability to cope with this terrible loss. A 5-year-old non-verbal autistic boy murdered by his own father. Again, he's in custody. There is a bond. It's a high bond, $500,000. I guess it's pretty unlikely that he'll be able to post bond, meaning that he's likely going to remain behind bars until trial. Karter died less than a week ago, so at this point, the investigation is still very much at early stages. We're not told as to whether or not the father, Amir Devon Hines, has provided a confession to investigators. We're not provided any details in that regard. Perhaps those details will come to light at some point. I do hope that he does confess. If he is guilty, I hope he confesses. His mother, Karter's grandmother, is sickened by her knowledge. She knows for a fact that her son beat her grandson to death whilst he sat there crying, unable to defend himself. So I hope justice is served. Whether or not the scumbag pleads guilty, I hope he's found guilty should that be the case. I am presuming it is. And I hope he gets an incredibly long sentence. And I hope the other inmates and the guards are able to spend plenty of time with him, reminding him of his actions, reminding him that as a grown man, a 24-year-old, he beat his child, a 5-year-old boy, Karter Holloway, autistic and non-verbal. He beat him to death. I hope the inmates can remind him of that. Ask him to ponder, to reflect. What kind of scumbag, what kind of piece of shit, non-human entity is capable of doing that? Ultimately, I hope he gets his just desserts, his just rewards. And again, I hope Karter's grandmother and other family members are able to pull through. It's going to be very hard for them. I'm going to wrap things up at this point. If you appreciate the coverage, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit. Remember, if you feel a little bit down after listening to this video or any of my other videos, because they are all of a very dark nature, take a break. You don't have to listen to all of the videos. I make too many. When I get into the groove, I make a lot of videos. They're all of an incredibly dark nature. They're all very, very sad. Some of the details are just heartbreaking, and they can damage our psyche. They can certainly damage our mood. So please don't listen to all of them. If this video or any other has taken its toll on you temporarily, then do take a break. I mean that in all sincerity. I want you to subscribe. I appreciate you watching, listening to the videos, but not at the cost of your mental health, your mood. You've got families, you've got friends, you've got yourself to look after. So do take a break. Having said that, if you appreciate the coverage, please do consider joining my memberships if that's appropriate. I'm going to thank you for your time and take care.